god, you're so handsome. What the fuck? Bro, you're so handsome. He's so handsome. Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here, and welcome back to our live step 4. We are here. I know the game has been out for a while, but your girl has been busy with our work life. But I am here. Things look different. My hair is pink. Previously, last time it was blonde. Now I am pink, and I love this pink. I hope you guys do too, if you haven't already seen it. But we are here with our life, the last step 4. The game's epilogue was added. Voice name DLC currently doesn't work in step 4. We'll add in all the voice lines soon. There's a higher amount of save slots. The game now auto-saves. Reported errors from prior builds were fixed. Small additions to the script were implemented. So I was going to wait until the voice part came out, but then I couldn't wait that long. I was very excited, and seeing Twitter and stuff, and you guys commenting to remind me that step 4 is out. I was like, I just gotta record the game. I just gotta deal with no voice of hearing my name. Don't know how Cove is gonna sound, by the way, in that time area. But anyway, I don't know if I should hit load or continue. Try calling Jeremy. Why? Sure. Oh, I didn't do this? Didn't I say relax on my own? I kind of want to call Jeremy though. Let's call Jeremy. Why not? It had been a while since you guys know her from Shiloh, but you never actually attempted to reach out again so far. You thought this might be a good moment for it. To go for it. You had absolutely no idea how this conversation would go. The fierce boy you known was very different to the resigned teenagers you'd spoken to this summer. You waited for him to pick up, ready for whatever he sprung on you this time. Your first call ended unanswered, but you at least expected that much. Jeremy certainly ignored the unknown number you read out, waiting for him to pick up. And another extended dial tone sequence. The sound was finally replaced with a slow yawn. Hi, Jeremy! You look so cute! Hello? What's up, Cut? Hello, I hope I'm not bothering you. Hi, it's me, Chico. Been sleeping well? Kind of. Let's not wake him up with this. Hi, it's me, Chico.
You're actually doing this.
Haven't you suffered enough? There was none of the fury which he rained down in the past, only bewilderment. I just wanted to see how you were doing. I'm a glutton for punishment. I just wanted to see how you were doing. Sigh, why is this happening? You knew that he knew what led to this call. You didn't have to explain. He proved that shortly after with a real sigh. Whatever. Did Shiloh ever explain his lying self? Yeah. I've kept my distance. I would too if I could. The conversation came to a halt. Let's ask him a question. Been on any dates lately? Jeremy groaned in displeasure, cut through with embarrassment. I don't want to talk about that. You laughed. To your surprise, Jeremy piped up with a question for you. Are you that bored, or do you honestly have some kind of interest in me as a person? Bro, Jeremy. If you were optional, I would probably go for you. Because I believe Jeremy was like, he wasn't my top. I can't remember, but I remember the biggest thing I remember in Jeremy's route when I was playing XOXO Droplets was his like cute little emojis that he would send us. I was really happy when he sent me those. Oh, wait, I'm interested in you? After we just confessed with Cove? Do I mix up this drama a little bit? Wait, where? Oh my god, how many? Is there an empty slot for me, please? Oh, thank god, 21, alright. That's JK. I'm interested in you. You're an interesting person. Wow. Okay, we're interested in him wasn't like love. Then you heard another yawn coming down the line. Thanks for talking to me. You expected the call to end there. Even had your thumb hovering over the button to finish the call, but Jeremy's voice stopped you.
Bye.
I think it's weird we actually talked to each other yet again. It makes no sense, but it's not worth having a problem with. Oh, that's cute. He actually thought about it before, like, he thought of something to say before just hanging up. He could have just hung up. With that, he hung up. It had gone better than expected, and there was truth in what he said. Who would have thought that you'd reconnect like this? Life was full of surprises. He didn't have a problem with it either. The rest of the night felt like it was going about to get by. Okay, wanted to sneak out to his room. I believe I did that. Alright. I'm not gonna fuck it up this time, right? Not gonna fuck it up this time. We're to next page. I don't think any of this matters. Alright, done. Okay. We could be direct now and in love because we have been with this guy for years. We've been with this guy for years. Alright, Cove. Oh, you look handsome. Oh my god. What hair should we give Cove? Kinda digging the man bun. Which my friends are always startled like, what? Meech, you like man buns? I like guys with long hair. Tyler tried to get his hair long for me. And I appreciate his effort so much. But it's been so hot, so he cut it off. Should we give him glasses? No glasses. Earrings? Oh, you can have earrings. Guys with earrings? Top tier. Blame my dad for that. Wait, this is actually really cute. It's a little boat steering wheel thingy. Oh, you can have a necklace. Oh, wait. That one's really cute. This one's cute too, whatever it is. I can't really see, but I kind of like this one, so. You can have sunglasses. Oh, you're fine. Done. What? This is his personality? Did I always have it like this? Did I always have it like this? Well, I feel like we're closer now, right? So he should be warm. I'm just assuming now, right? It's been so long. What is Co's initiative for step 4? High initiative. I want him to take the reel. Alright? We've been doing it for so long. And so your days growing up in the loving cradle of Sunset Berg came to an end. And the years that passed since graduation, you'd moved out of your childhood home and made your own way in the world. You lived alone, lived with a pet, lived with pets. Live a Cove and his fish, live a Cove, his fish, and a pet you picked. Live a Cove, his fish, and a pets you picked. Well, only once, so we're gonna live a Cove, his fish, and a pet we picked. Because I would hope in our future that we eventually found each other again and just started living with each other. And you worked at a fine company, had a business of your own, co-owned a business with Cove, had multiple ways of earning income, but still focused on pursuing education. I would hope I would have a business of my own. In the music industry, art, fashion, writing, TV, movie, sport, STEM, education, health industry, gaming industry. Nice. Your family members went through the same kinds of leaps into independence. Liz and Lee both eventually earned degrees and started fantastic careers in new towns. But your moms and Co's father still lived on the same street as they had for all those years before. It was comforting to you that there were some things that remained in the old neighborhood. And despite the ever-changing reality of your adult life, your friends were still your friends. Though, of course, things weren't exactly the same for them either. That sounds horrifying. Very recently, Terry publicly came out as a man. Congrats, Terry! The switched spelling of his name to use a Y instead of an I. He also confessed his love for Miranda, which she excitedly reciprocated. They moved in together recently in the city out past Sunset Berg. Derek was as busy as always, but doing well. He always made an effort to keep in touch, and you even saw each other in person occasionally. I want to know Derek's backstory. Like, when he found out we were no longer single, homie must have been broken. One person who did disappear into the shuffle of memories inside your mind was Baxter. After his vacation to Sunset Berg one year, he was just gone. What the fuck? That was a loss you felt. He had become someone you'd consider a friend during those days. And then there's what became of the sad little boy you grew up with, Cove Holden. Your deep affection for him was something that continued to last unabated over the years. But hopefully you could commit to each other even more someday. You didn't want your relationship to change, and two of you got engaged. He was your fiance. No, I want to see the whole engagement process. I hope choosing this option will allow me to see it. If not, that would suck. He truly thrived in his continued efforts of cultivating loving and supportive relationships with his family and friends. You couldn't say his personality had changed exactly, instead it became more refined. Ko was a warm, inviting, considerate man who took the lessons he'd learned over the years to treat the people around him with patience and understanding. When Ko eventually developed a picture of the future he wanted to have as an adult, it ended up being a surprise to most based on his past interests. He went to college to study marine biology. His ultimate goal was set on becoming a natural resource technician, and he still volunteered with ORCA when his workload allowed it. Ko got a 2-year degree. After that, he began working full-time at Orca, helping educate the public on ocean conservation and participating in shore restoration efforts. As an adult, Ko was also able to recognize and have diagnosed that he was on the autism spectrum. It was something that hadn't been noticed by his doctors as a child, but he was still the same Ko he always was to you, and he was just glad to understand himself better. Okay, this is a nice turn of events. We're learning more, and I feel like it's also very more difficult, not for Ko, but like for females in general to be recognized in the autism spectrum as well. So it's cool that they put that it was hard for Ko to be diagnosed with it as well. It thrilled you to see how happy and successful he'd grown up to be. On the whole, life continued its steady beat forward, and y'all went with it down the paths you chose. It was strange and wonderful. But no matter how old you got, how far you roamed, or how long you were away, the home you had in Sunset Bird still called you back eventually. Finally we can get into the game. The car rumbled down the highway. You had started to zone out when a truck in the left lane loudly zoomed past. Your driver didn't remark on it. Just like anything else this trip, you went back to staring out the window, letting the scenery pass you by. You did appreciate the spacious backseat of your ride. You hadn't known exactly when you would be coming in, so you had decided to use a ride app rather than ask your moms to pick you up. And it turned out to be a convenient choice. You looked forward to surprising your parents at the door. You smiled at the thought of their faces lighting up. Luckily, this hadn't been that big of a trip for you. You lived close enough that the travel hadn't turned into a big production. However, that didn't make the occasion mundane. For once, your moms had decided to have a modest celebration dinner for their anniversary. Unlike when you were growing up and they preferred not to make a big deal out of it, this year they were comfortable having a party. As time went on, they had found being the center of attention easier to handle. You were happy to see it. With this going on, there was no way that either you or Liz would miss your mom's anniversary. Both of you made plans to come back home for it. You didn't hear from Liz about her exact schedule, but you hadn't shared yours either. It reminded you of when you were kids and both knew to show up for dinner, but didn't keep each other in the loop for each other's pre-dinner plans. This was the same concept after all. Some things stayed the same, and yet it was definitely different from when you would see your sister every day and knew sort of what she was doing anyways from osmosis. Today, you had no idea. Things were always changing. You mused on how at times it was hard to believe you didn't live with your parents anymore, and yet you also couldn't imagine going back and living as a kid under their rules. The rest of the drive flew by. Your silent driver provided a smooth ride. No sharp turns or hard stops jostled you out of your own head. Your thoughts turned from introspective to observant. The landscape passing by became more and more familiar. You frequently recognized landmarks that dotted the area. A grin came to your face as you passed the now entering sign for Sunset Bird. Excitement built within you. You were really here. You were doing this. The driver turned off on the street and you realized that their map program was taking you the way home that Ma preferred. You usually would have used the other side street to pass by the beach. In no time at all, the car had gone through the whole town and pulled in front of your mom's condo. The car slowed to a stop and parked. With the buzz of the highway gone, you realized that you could hear the familiar sound of waves. The air smelled like salt, and a rush of childhood memories flooded back. You started to gather your things and humming to yourself once more about how happy your moms would be to see you. After that, you notify everyone else that you made this trip safely. You pulled over your suitcase from the other seat and yanked out your bag from down your feet. Tap, tap. You started at the silent sound of tapping on the glass. It caused you to pause. Did you really hear what you thought you did? You weren't entirely sure because you soon heard something else, the window on the opposite side of the door of the car rolling down. How? It confused you until you put it together that despite the driver's silence, you weren't actually alone in this car. The driver must have pressed a button. Someone had to be there. You turned your head to face the now open window. Oh my god, you're so handsome. What the fuck? Bro, you're so handsome. He's so handsome. There he was, leaning his arms across the window, your beloved co-pilot, and he beamed at you with one of his precious open smiles. Bro, Bro, you're so fucking handsome. My god. Hey, Michiko. Dude, it's been so long. What a surprise this is. Yo, look at that fucking smile. Okay. I didn't expect to see you in this neighborhood. He was joking, of course. Seeing your expression, he decided to push it further. It's not like I've been waiting for you out here all morning or anything. I've been the one when you see him start when you survive, you scream excitedly, stared, stunned. Bro, Cove! At the sound of his name, he burst out laughing, grinning widely. He then gripped the top of the car door and pushed half of his torso through the opening. That was enough to make the driver break their silence with a sharp "Hey!" Cove did not seem to notice and continued climbing through the window. He pushed one of the hand down the middle of the seat to prop his dangling body up. He used his other hand to caress your cheek as he leaned in as close as he could. Oh, I missed you. Bro, why couldn't he just open the door and we can both exit out of this poor man's car? You scooched across the seat and kissed him on the lips. You leaned over and kissed him on the forehead kiss. You covered his hand with yours. You flicked his nose. You did your best to hug him without knocking him down and grinned at him. Oh, forehead kiss or kiss on the lips? I love forehead kisses. I hate it when they put these two together. Because I don't know if I want to give a forehead kiss or kiss on the lips. It's to kiss on the lips. He enthusiastically reciprocated. The arm holding him wobbled at your touch, and you could feel the smile under your smooch. He was clearly struggling to avoid falling down onto the cushion. You pulled back just a little to get a better view of his face. I missed you. I love you. Okay, now get out of the window, you crazy person. You're so cute. I really should have expected this. You and your windows. That's true. He sighed happily. I think I would say, I love you. I love you too. His voice was soft, a sincere whisper. You could tell he meant it as desperately as you did. Code's smile turned awkward as his arm started to bend lower, causing his body to slide downwards with it. He turned his head to the driver.
Sorry.
I'm always causing trouble in this neighborhood. Cove shifted around some more and squirmed back the way he came out. After he had successfully pushed off the window and landed on the pavement with a thumb, you opened your car door. Ooh, I better pay that man tip money. You threaded your arms through the various straps of your bags and climbed out. Cove took a few long strides around the back of the car and quickly met you on your side. Cove stood in front of you, and it struck you that the two of you were back in Sunset Bird, reunited once again on the street. You gave him a friendly punch, you ruffled his hair, you held your hand out for a high five? You held your hand out for a fist bump, you were shy at him? No, jump into his arms, what the heck? But you put down your luggage first. Yeah, let's drop our shit. You dropped your bags on the paved road and got a bounding start to leap into Cove. He caught you unsurprised at your action. When you were situated, he leaned back on the balls of his heels and fully lifted you off the ground. His goofy grin let you know just how much he was enjoying your enthusiastic embrace. With one last swing, he let you back down. You really were ecstatic to be around him again and absolutely thrilled that it was here in this town where you were together. Even if it had only been a short time since you had seen him off, you had still missed Cove greatly. It somehow felt a lot longer. Given your different schedules and travel availabilities, it had worked out better for Cove to head out to Sunset Bird first. He only arrived the evening before, however, and secured the hotel room. Until now, you never had to deal with the inconvenience of being in a tourist-heavy area. It was a fight to get a place to stay close by during the heat of the summer vacation season. Living without him at your place was strange. Cove was basically a part of you at this point. You were glad to feel whole again. Oh! You idly shifted your luggage, and it struck you that you were short one. What? You got out in such a hurry it was left behind. You reached back into the car to pull it out. Cove stood aside as you made a dash for the door. You showed her the small bag and felt relief that you would be able to brush your teeth tonight. Got everything this time? Thank God, the taxi driver was just chilling there. You stood up straight, everything truly gathered up and out of the car. You gave the back seat one last glance and then nodded. Cove shut the car door after you had moved out of the way. Two of you stepped off the street to give the driver some room. Cove waved. Sorry again. The driver said nothing, drove off. But the road clear, you let your gaze drift across the neighborhood that you had known forever. It was such a small place to spend so many days. You were flooded with memories of going up and down the street during every stage of your life. Being a little kid, following your big sisters to the playground, becoming a teen and staying out later, and growing into an adult who left their parents' house behind to be independent. You could feel the summer sun on your skin from all the times you headed out to the beach. You saw the same surroundings that you as a young adult did when leaving home. It was hard to quantify the amount of history you had here, and now you were back. Despite taking in the neighborhood again, you never lost awareness of Cove's presence. From the corner of your eye, seeing him there was a very familiar sight as well. So many of your memories included him. He's like so tall now. Your mind drifted from the neighborhood itself to the person who used to live there. You couldn't help the feeling of nostalgia. You still remembered his face, his voice, the scar on his arm from days long gone. He had changed so much since you had first met him. Yet even with those changes, he was always recognizable. He was familiar like the sky was, in the way you knew the sea. Every day they may appear different, but they're still an inextricable part of life. It was the world with help from Mr. Holden and his ill-thought $20 bill that brought you together to begin with, but the two of you had chosen each other. You had never let your interactions faded. You had decided to nurture your relationship into what it was, and you continue to keep Cove close into all the rest of your adult years. Cove was the partner you wanted for life. You couldn't be more grateful to him to call him your boyfriend. It would be impossible to imagine life without him. Cove noticed you staring at him after a while and smiled with his eyebrows rising in curiosity. He was very transparent in his question if there was something you wanted to say. You shook your head and returned him a soft expression. You had let yourself get carried away in a tide of memories, but now it was time to focus on the present. No time like now. Let's go see my mom's. Cove nodded and pointed at all your luggage bundled around your legs. Can I help you with any of that? You can help with all of it. No, it's like carrying in all my groceries in one. No, the house is literally right there. No, you dropped them. Yeah, thank you. You gratefully passed him a bag. It was a lot easier to balance everything with that out of the way. He used both hands to take hold of the one piece of luggage and stood tall, pleased to be able to provide his assistance. The bag situation resolved, the two of you strolled over to the Melody residence door. You started to pat your pockets instinctively, only to realize that you no longer carried a key to the house. Your eyes scanned the entryway, a little lost, only to spy the doorbell. The thought of having to ring it felt super weird. As you pressed the inconveniently placed button on the side wall, you remember that no matter how much this place would always be a home to you, it wasn't where you lived. Being back here was like putting on a uniform after you quit the store where you came from. It had remained the same, but your circumstance had changed. Cove shifted on his feet awkwardly, obviously also thrown about you being stuck out here, keyless. You heard muffled voices and shuffling around from inside. Your heartbeat sped up in anticipation. The door swung open and there was your mom's smiling face. She immediately brightened at seeing you standing there. Oh, my mom's getting so old! Well, well, well. Mom twisted her head back and gave a shout down the hall. Lonnie, guess who's here? There were more distant noises, no doubt Ma getting up from wherever she was to come to see. Her high-spirited words rang out clearly. I hope it's one of my children. Mom snickered, still holding the door only half open to hide you for a little longer. Cove flushed as if suddenly realizing that he was going to be present for your mom's enthusiastic welcoming of you. You smiled to reassure him that he wasn't intruding. Mom finally reached the door and peered over Mom's shoulder. Oh, she got her hair! Mom's getting old too. It is. Hello, my Chico. It's so sad to see your parents age, because it's gonna happen. And it's just so depressing, because, you know, you always, like, I feel like a lot of us just focus on ourselves, and we tend to forget, like, close friends and family, that just because you're getting older doesn't mean they're not getting older too. Like, my mom will forever be 30 in my brain, but she's not. She's like, I don't know. I don't know, she's in her 40s or near her 50s. I don't know. My mom's up there though, because I'm aging, so she has age too. She gave you a once-over, patting tops of your shoulders and moving down the sides of your arms before she nodded in satisfaction that you were in one piece.
How sweet.
This is a wonderful surprise. Ma inclined her head to Cove next, not leaving him out either. Hello, sweetie. You count as one of my kids at this point anyways. I have double the surprise today.
Yeah.
You grinned at your parents and laughed. You missed their presence so much. Cove bashfully waved at them. He hadn't relaxed fully, but he had settled down at their welcome. Well, don't just stand out there. Come on in. Your mom moved aside and held the door open for you, gesturing for you to enter. Home sweet home. Has anything changed? Except this bread here? Was this always here? There's more plants in here, right? I don't know. You stepped into the living room. It was comfortable and cool. Cove was half asleep behind you, his eyes on a new painting your moms have added since the last time you were here. Things are mostly the same, but there were more decorations since you had seen the house last. I was gonna say, there's more decor, right? Mom may have forgotten. I'm sorry, not forgotten. Mom may have gotten the urge for some interior designing again. It struck you how odd it was to be the guest, only observing the choices for the living space here, rather than a full-time occupant. Mom came up in front of you, excitement in her eyes. I'm so glad you're here.
That's fine.
You know, your mom and I would have been happy to pick you up, but you're self-sufficient and responsible. That's okay. What matters is that you arrived safely. Mom appeared at her side with a nod. Welcome back, kiddos. I love them so much. You appreciate that your parents respected you as an adult, even if mom still called you kiddo. You figured long ago that you'd always be her kiddo, no matter how grown you became. It was part of the whole parent-child deal with her. You hugged your mom's green, took your mom's hands. No, what the heck? Hug them. You took another step forward and pulled mom and Ma into a great big hug, squeezing them tight. Their arms wrapped around you in return. You could feel their love for you in their embrace. How to be here, I missed you both. It's so great to see you. I wanted to surprise you. I thought you deserved a little break after everything I put you through. I missed you both. We missed you too, Michiko. It's always nice when I'm able to come by. Your mom's giggled, pleased. So how's it been? I hope you've been good, getting enough excitement and all that. Speaking of exciting things, your anniversary dinner, is everything all set for that?
No problem.
We're happy to help if there's something we do. But it's been plenty fine. It's been a little quiet, but that's not a bad thing. Mom placed her arm around Ma's shoulder and gave her a side hug.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about the party. We were just planning to eat at the Cypress Nothing Fancy, which is kind of a funny thing to say about a pretty fancy country club. The biggest issue has just been making sure everyone could make it for the day. Speaking of which, Liz will be arriving tonight. We're planning on picking her up later. I guess Liz isn't as grown up as Michiko. Mom snickered her own joke and Ma lightly elbowed her with a barely hidden grin.
Josh.
As I was saying, we could drop you off wherever you're staying if you don't mind waiting for that. I'm sorry there's not a space for you in the house. It's gotten crowded in those old rooms since you and Liz moved out. I don't know where all this stuff keeps coming from. Sure don't, Pamela. It's okay. Cove already has a hotel room I'm gonna be staying in anyway. Cove sent you some pictures of the place when he arrived. Stylish and roomy. It seemed very nice. It was a room with a single... Why would I want a double room? What the we're dating. We're gonna be sleeping on separate beds? What is this? It was a room with a single king bed. You claimed that the bed was comfortable, so you had high hopes about that. Although mostly you were looking forward to having him next to you as you slept once again. Your mom smiled relieved. Kyra is already here, isn't she? She directed her question at Cove. He bobbed his head a bit to go along with his reply. Yeah, I heard she made it. She's gonna be staying with Dad while she's in town.
Oh.
Have you gone over and said hello yet? Cove chuckled self-consciously, and this time he shook his head. He raised an eyebrow, since you had figured he would have taken the chance while waiting for you. Not yet. I should go do that now. I just wanted Michiko to be here there too. So cute, but were you just like waiting outside the whole time? It's a little weird. But anyway, this is where we're going to stop for today's episode. I cannot wait to play more of this game. Very excited. And I'm also going to be very sad because it's going to end, because this is the last final step. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I will see you guys in the next one.